or anything you like.
I was going to kick in actually with Shalom Aleichem.
Fine.
Is that okay?
Yeah, let's kick in a minute.
Okay.
That sounds fine. With Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Warm welcome to Shabbat Resouled, and an invitation to join us straight away with Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Mamlachei, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Lovely to see you here and to be, as a community, to be celebrating our flexibility and adaptability every week, that we can even do Resouled from Dean's living room. So may I invite you all to get ready to light your candles, to bring in Shabbat. I want to just share, if you are with me on the first page of the Siddur, Rabbi Gunter Plaut's reflection, which we don't often have. And just something about stopping, even if we're in our homes every day, to bring something different about Shabbat in. If the day is to have any dignity and significance, it must confront one of our greatest curses, which is our internal and external unrest. This unrest arises from two principal sources. First, sometimes we lead a life without goals, and second, that we are involved in a competition without end. Shabbat is potentially an enormous relief from and a protest against these basic causes of unrest. Once a week, it provides us with an opportunity to think about who we are, to deal not with things, but with persons, with creation, and our part in it, with society and its needs, with ourselves as individuals, and yet also as social beings connecting as we are on screen with each other. We must once again understand that doing nothing, being silent, open to the world and each other, letting things happen inside, can be as important as, and sometimes more important than, what we commonly call useful. So friends, grab your matches, however you are lighting your candle. And usually for me, I'm using the Siddur online. So, but get ready to light your candles. And once I see a few other candles lit, then I will lead us all. Why don't you do the bottom first? These are candles from a Greek monastery, so it seems rather fitting to use them for Shabbat in our house. Oh, I wonder if we should cut that. Okay, might take us a while, so I'm going to do the blessings anyway. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Let us go straight into L'chadodi.
L'chadodi likrat alam, b'nei Shabbat l'kabela. L'chadodi likrat alam, b'nei Shabbat l'kabela. Shamo v'zavo b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hamichad, Adonai echad, u'shmo echad, l'shemu l'tiferet v'l'tilah, Ikrat Shabbat l'kuven elkad, Ki mekor habracha, Ve'rosh bigedem nesuka, Sof maaseh b'machshava tefilah, L'chadodi likrat alam, b'nei Shabbat l'kabela. L'chadodi likrat alam, b'nei Shabbat l'kabela. Ki
Go straight to the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Hu et Adonai
Page 10. We are on page 10, having welcomed each other with the Baruch Hu, and now our evening prayer before the Shema, where we mark the process of time, of darkness, of light. I'm told that this Monday is known as Blue Monday, coming up, the darkest, kind of hardest day of the year. So just in anticipation of that, let's remind ourselves times and seasons change. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chokhmah poter sha'arim, u'bitvuna mashaneh itim, u'machalif et hazmanim, u'masadeh et hakochavim b'mishmaratehem b'rakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, kolelo mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, u'mavi yom u'mevi layla, u'mavdil ben yom u'ben layla, Adonai tzvaot shemo, Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv, Aravim.
See
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Le'olam Va'ed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם בבניך ודיברת בם בבטחה בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך. וקשרתם לאורך ידיך, והיו לטוטפות פנימיך, וקראת על מזוזות ביתך. ובשעריך. למען תזכרו עשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
So we're on the middle of page 13. There's something so different. I forget Shabbat Resouled every month in a way, but to be serenaded through the whole service there's something so special about it, and I'm sure I'm not alone in feeling that. We're at the foot of page 13. Let's read together in English. You muted, me not, but read with me. All this we hold to be true and sure. You alone, Eternal One, are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You have freed us from oppressors and delivered us from tyrants. You led us out of Egypt forever to serve you in freedom. And when we witnessed your power, we praised your name and gave thanks. Willingly, we accepted your rule. Then, full of joy, we sang together.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש נורא תהילות עושה ולך נורא תהילות עושה ולך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד לעולם ועד אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד לעולם ועד
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל Yisrael. And of course we offer our evening prayer for Shalom Bayit, for safety, for us to be safe from all predicaments of hatred, sorrow and pain, and praying for a shelter, a sukkah of peace, of well-being over all of us and all who live on earth.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום ועמידנו מלכנו לחיים ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום ועמידנו מלכנו
Let's turn to the tefillah together, and I'm joined, Dean, in singing, Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
שפתי תפתח
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu. Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov. Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah. Zocher chasdei avot ve'imahot. Umevi gula livnei v'nehem. Lema'an shemo b'yahava. Melech Hoseh u'Moshia u'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai. Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, mechaye metim ata rab lahoshia. Mashiv haruach u'morid hageshem. Mazriach hashemesh u'morid hatal. V'ne'eman ata lahachayot metim. Baruch ata Adonai, mechaye hametim. Kadosh ata, v'nora shemecha, v'ein lanu Eloah mibaladecha. Baruch ata Adonai, ha'el, ha'kadosh.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat v'dorotam v'rolam v'shamru Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat v'dorotam b'rit olam beini v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat v'dorotam b'rit olam
Thanks, Dean. Let's say together, we praise you, our God, who makes Shabbat holy. Eternal God, be gracious to your people Israel, and in your love accept their prayers. May our worship now and always be acceptable in your sight. We praise you, O God, whom alone we worship in reverence. We thank and praise you for being our God and God of our ancestors. And as always, in this paragraph of thanksgiving and appreciation, do share with us throughout the rest of the service things, moments that you feel grateful for, uncomplicated gratitude. We can always rely on you and feel safe. We thank and praise you for caring for our lives for connecting our souls with you, for the miracles of life, wonders large and small that remind us you are here every moment of every day. We praise you, our God, and joyfully thank you for all life's goodness.
לכל השלום לכל השלום שלום רב.
I'm hopping between screens. Baruch Ata Adonai Oseh HaShalom. So just a reflection before we take a moment for silent prayer. I think maybe at the moment we feel like we are home, those of us who are home a lot, and there's a lot of silence around us. But actually there's something different about intentioned silence. And George Eliot wrote a wonderful verse, a wonderful line in the novel Middlemarch, where she said, if we were just quiet enough, we would be able to hear the heartbeat of the squirrel and the flowers growing. And what would it be to truly be able to listen? So just before we have a moment to listen to ourselves, whether it be the heartbeat of a squirrel or the flowers growing outside or just your candle flames flickering, just a thought this week of this week's portion Va'era has an amazing verse, amazing 2 words in it that refers to why the Hebrews, why the slaves, why the Israelites were not able to really listen and pay attention or believe what Moses was saying, Moses and Aaron were saying in their offer of redemption. And the reason given, the text says that they were kotzer ruach. Kotzer ruach literally means a shortening of breath, or could be a shortening or a constricting of their soul. Those of us who gather every morning for our morning meditation, our shacharit service, we know that the word for ruach, for breath, is the same as the word for soul sometimes. And these last 10, 11 months have been so much about breath, and what breath can be for us, and what happens to people when their breath is taken away from them, either through this virus or, as we saw with the murder of George Floyd, the idea that you can die just by having your breath taken away from you. So just thinking about what that shortening of breath or spirit can do to us to stop us being able to think of or take advantage or pay attention to optimism or the possibilities of hope, because that's really all that Moses and Aaron were feeding to the Israelites. And I think now these pockets, these tiny moments of hope, how many people are listed now as having had the vaccine? I know many members in our congregation. Rabbi Frank told me him and Valerie returned yesterday from their first vaccine. My parents had their first vaccine today. There is so much hope and optimism if we stay strong, keep doing what we are asked to do, be careful, be considerate, but really allow our hearts to be open and to the possibility that there is hope on its way. So I really want to remind us that we don't have to be in a state of kotzer ruach. We can, if we want, truly believe in the hopeful scenario that is around us. So giving you a moment now to reflect, to pause, to just be with yourself.
Ratzon irifi Ve'yon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri ve'gon ali Adonai tzuri ve'gon ali L'ratzon irifi Ve'yon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri ve'gon ali Adonai tzuri ve'gon ali
Let's go now to Aleinu on page 20.
Aleinu leshabeach l'adon hakol לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית אשר סמכתינו ויגן את שמו וגור עלינו להמליך מלכותו וגור עלינו להמליך מלכותו ואנחנו גורמים ומשתחווים לפני מלך
Thank you, Dean. So as we prepare to go to the Kaddish together, Josie, I don't know if you're sharing the Kaddish on the screen tonight or not. I'm going to, otherwise I will go back to my prayer book. Let's see if Josie is sharing it so we can all share in it. So this Shabbat, we think particularly of those who are marking yahrzeits at this time. We think of Frida Allen, mother of Brenda Ross, of Martin Budd, father of Robert Budd, and of David Kahan, husband of Irene Kahan. Zichronam Livracha, may their names and their memories be for a blessing, and may those who recall and remember their loved ones be comforted in their loss. As we turn to the words of the Kaddish together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, B'yama divrach Yerutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit d'chol. Oh, Josie, you're moving up. Do you mind, everyone, if I just begin again? Josie, I'm using this screen now. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, B'yama divrach Yerutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. Bagala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mavorach le'olam amei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'a v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithada v'yitale v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha brichu. Leila min kol berchata v'sherata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Da'amiram b'yama v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shamaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol b'nei Adam, v'imru, amen. So friends, let me give you a moment now to gather yourself, maybe to get your wine, your challah ready as we join Dean in singing our evening prayer for peace over our children, over each other in the congregation.
Yesimcha Elohim ka'Ephraim v'hi Menashe Elohim k'Sara v'Rivka Rachel v'Leah V'varechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom V'varechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom v'yasem lecha shalom.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Dean. I bet we feel well and truly blessed. So gather your challah. I'm just leaning forward to get ours today and fill in. And let me see everyone's, what you're making kiddush with. Very good. Where are you, Graham? Let me see. Very nice. A little bit of whiskey. I heard the Gewürzes already had their whiskey, but hopefully you'll be able to manage another glass for us. So let's go straight into Kiddush. Waiting. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho B'ahava v'ratzon v'hinhilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit ki hu yom tehillah lemikraye kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim ki banu v'charta v'otanu kiddashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha B'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. Oh, that's a nice one, Caroline. That's a good challah. Everyone lift up your chalot. So we've managed homemade today. Right, are we ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Feel free to unmute yourselves. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.